What was your primary role with LIFEOD?
I won't answer that. I had reason to be present on LIFEOD.
So what? Let me ask you this: what would you say your job was with LIFEOD?
I'm not going to clarify whether or not I was there as an employee.
Okay. Would you say that you were there as a fan?
I'm not going to specify why or in what capacity I was there, only that I was there.
Would you say that you played an integral role with the development of LIFEOD?
When I agreed to this interview, my fundamental ground rule was that I would not be asked to divulge personal data that might help pinpoint my identity. If you continue to ask questions that are out of bounds, I won't hesitate to terminate this interview.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel as if you were a full-on member of the LIFEOD channel, let's say a character?
That's out of bounds.
Would you agree or disagree that your presence played a factor in the growth of the channel LIFEOD?
This interview is terminated.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm KARR, also known as Orion's mechanic, red Lexus guy, you know, from what I've been called in the videos. I'm doing a video now. Yesterday I seen Ricer Miata, Chris Rudnick, posted a video talking about a lot of dirty stuff that Orion did to him a long time ago, LIFEOD. I also saw that Damian Monte, Haggard North, put up a video as well, giving his perspective from when he knew Orion. And what I'm going to do now is answer some questions from Reddit, YouTube, Instagram, you know, the questions that everybody has, you know, about Orion LIFEOD, what's going on, what's he like, you know. And I've been with him recently. Like I know how he is currently. You know, I know that he hasn't changed. He's still the same person that everybody thinks he is. So we're gonna get started with some questions.
What was Orion's attitude towards the viewers, fans and haters alike? Do you know why Chow still hangs around with him? What is the story behind Chow?
Well, Orion's viewer, like his care of his fans is nothing. Like, you guys are all scrans. That's what he calls all of you, all of the fans. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you, talks crap about you when we're at meets and stuff. Like when we were at the track, for example, a lot of fans and stuff come out, or if we're in like Walmart, he tries to hide, get away, or he hangs out in the trailer, doesn't even want to say hey, sign autographs, take some pictures with kids. I literally had to tell him, hey, it would be good public relations for you to go out there and greet these people and, you know, mingle with the people that watch your videos, the people that generate you income. And, you know, I mean, it was like, you know, pulling teeth. It was a real big thing. I had to do it all the time. You know, I myself was always really friendly. You know, even though I'm not famous or nothing like that, you know, I just, you know, I mean, you know, I'm a nice person. You know what I mean? If people want to say, hey, you know, we like you. You know, we seen that you helped build the car. You know, that, you know, you're working on the car. You're helping him with things. You know, I have no problem with that. I think it's cool. I like meeting new people.
Did Orion speak highly of Damien, Cam, or Brendan?
Speak highly? Well, we'll just, I don't know, we'll start with Damien first. Really, the only stuff I heard him say about Damien was that, you know, Damien was doing well with his YouTube channel that Orion gave to him. That he was at a point of doing like 8K a month, and that was a while ago. I do know that. And that as far as Cam goes, he really didn't like talking about Cam too much. You know, I did ask some questions because, you know, me, you know, I've kept up with Haggard just like all of you guys have. And, you know, but what I do know from Cam is that, you know, Cam you know, Orion pretty much stole Haggard Garage. Like, he took it. And, you know, whenever we were talking, you know, I didn't know anything about, I mean, I knew some stuff, but I didn't know everything. And I was like, well, who owns the channel? And I never really got like a straight answer from him. Finally, Orion told me later on that, you know, his name was on the channel. Like, Orion's name was on the channel. But he said that him and Cam both owned Haggard Garage. So it was a little confusing. What was the, Brendan. I never really, like, I know who Brendan is from seeing some old videos, but honestly, I never really heard him mention Brendan other than something about doing a burnout or something like that, and it got in his eyes and messed his eyes up or something. I remember that, like some joking around about that or something, but I really don't know about it.
You said something to the effect of LIFEOD would be getting way less views if you didn't have my input. What did you mean by that?
Well, so Orion's channel, when I first, let's start off this. Whenever I first got on the channel, I was on Haggard Garage channel. Orion and Chow was living with Caleb in Lecanto, Florida. I was going over there. I was helping him. We were basically building him a race car to compete in Pro-Am. The race car used to belong to Jeff Donati, who is now a Pro 2 driver. The car basically came like a Lego kit. There was some new things that had to be bought, and got those, and you know, put the car together. And but anyways, back to the actual question. Was, say that again? Sorry, like I got off track.
LIFEOD would be getting way less views.
Oh
if
yeah.
you didn't have my input.
Okay, so his videos did like mostly 60K, and that was because every now they were hitting some hundreds. But, you know, I studied YouTube for a long time because I've had a large interest in it, but I just haven't felt that I was ready to start making videos yet. You know, I don't want to put up garbage content. You know, I don't like watching garbage content. I don't want people to, you know, I don't want to put my name on something like that. So going over there, you know, I was just like, hey man, you know, like everybody does the same type of channel. You know, everybody's working on cars, and we all like car builds. We all like to build stuff. We all like to watch stuff like that. But I was like, if you want to grow and, you know, take this, you know, new channel, which is your old vlogging channel, turn it into something, you got to do viral videos. That's how you really grow and grow fast. Because he told me that, you know, Haggard was, you know, right around like, you know, getting close to 600K, or maybe it was close to, yeah, I think it was getting close to 600. It was like 530,000 or something at the time. And, he told me that it's been sitting at 500K for like 2 years. It's just reached its point where it's not growing anymore. So, so what I did with LIFEOD is we went over to Washington, and, you know, even before Washington, you know, it was pushing the viral video ideas. And so viral video ideas, people like crazy stuff, you know, like how we did duct tape tire or rubber band tire. I know some of you guys don't like that, you know, but honestly, they're videos that attract people to watch them. Not only that, what I did was, there's a YouTuber called Mr. Beast, and Mr. Beast does nothing but viral videos, and dominantly all I did was kind of copy the way that he words the titles of the videos, some of the tags that he uses, which you can search for tags in videos that everybody post up. Also, it's all about brand recognition as well. There's certain brands. That's why you'll notice some brands that are in some of the video thumbnails that are in the videos that are on there on purpose, because of the way YouTube works. And anyways, all of that in a nutshell, there's more to it, but in a nutshell, that's the recipe. You also got to have fun in the video. You can't be just boring. Maybe me talking right now is kind of boring, but you got to have excitement, more people. People like fun. People like to see people having fun. That's why Orion, a lot of other YouTubers do all these, like, you know, fake reactions, like overly excited when something's really not that exciting. They do that on purpose, you know, to entice you to watch their videos and be more entertained.
But as far as your input towards the content, were you compensated for that?
No, I wasn't compensated for it at all, which is something that really pissed me off, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, it pissed me off. Like, here I am giving him my ideas. You know, I take the time to figure out what needs to be done. I write these ideas down in my black book. I didn't bring it with me, or else I'd show it. But, you know, I have a black book that I had from when I used to work for Blattner Energy doing solar, and you know, it's what I you know, write stuff down in. And so these viral video ideas, almost all of them were my ideas. Some were not. That, you know, I left, and he's still done some that did a little bit of views. I will say one thing: the budget supercar door video. Even though I'm in that video has nothing to do with me. That was not my idea. I thought it was retarded. I thought it was stupid. I just, you know, I didn't want to be any part of it. But I was in that video. And that was Chow's idea, not mine. And that video never did nothing. And, you know, maybe it did 500K or something, which is good, I guess. But anyways, on to the next question.
Did Orion actually get 500K from the Drift Starter Pack? If not, how much did he get, to your knowledge?
Trying to think. I know we've had conversations about that when we were talking about the Drift Starter Pack. I actually went with them to deliver the van, the trailer, and the Genesis to the people. They were in Florida. Some Spanish people. They're real nice. They had their whole family there. All their friends there. They had some cool cars there. It was really neat. But you know, it seems like it's hard to figure out, you know, if I maybe heard it. But as far as Orion saying that, I want to say that it was around $500,000. I want to say that. I can't be exact, but I do believe that that's around what it was. But let's talk about that giveaway for just a second. Now, when I went down there, these are happy people who won this giveaway, who entered to win this giveaway, who are there with their families, okay? Their friends with their cool cars. We show up there, Orion's wearing a hoodie. It's summertime, it's blazing hot, and he's wearing a hoodie, okay? Dude never takes a hoodie off. And so rather than making a video showing these people, maybe taking a clip of the thumbnail with this winner and his family and stuff and posting it for the, you know, the thumbnail art, you know, and saying, you know, showing all the viewers, everybody who entered these contests that, hey, these are the people that won. He wanted to get there, drop the stuff off, and leave. He didn't even have the title to the trailer while we were there. I don't even know if he ever got it to him. He may have, he may not, I don't know. But I thought that was pretty shady.
What was the plan, or what were the promises that were made by Orion when you set off on the road to the Pacific Northwest?
Ooh, plans. Well, you know, the plan was this. The plan was to go to Washington, compete in Pro-Am, try and see if we can get a FD license so we can get into Pro 2. That was the plan. We were also supposed to, we were going to live in the trailer for a little while, then get a house, and that never happened.
What about any monetary promises to you?
Well, I mean, I've heard a lot of promises, anywhere from, oh, well, all of us are going to buy drift cars, we're going to get, you know, pick up some LS400 so we can have us just some, like, daily drifters to go play around in. I've heard that, oh, well, you know, you're going to come with me, you're going to be my crew chief, you know, when we take this all the way to Pro 2. You know, things like that as far as the drifting goes.
Why did you stop working with Orion?
Why did I stop working? Well, I mean, I left. I guess I'll answer that, why I left. So the reason why I left was money started coming in. Just started coming in. I got Orion over here looking at Patek Philippe watches on the internet. I'm looking at Rolexes on the internet, talking about gold Rolex, you know, all this. Here I am, you know, helping him with these videos. These are my ideas. It works. I've seen that it works. We've seen that it works. He's hyped up about all this money and stuff. Then what does Orion do? Orion sends me, so let's talk about this. So I agreed to come with Orion as his mechanic, help him work on the drift car for $1,200. He was supposed to cover travel, living, we were going to get a house, cover the food, all of that. Well, when I got over there, that's not what happened. What happened was I got over there. I had to wait a month once I was there. Spent my own money in the beginning till I was broke. Then wait a month until I got paid $1,200. And then I had to buy my own food. You know, anything that I needed, I had to buy with the $1,200. Also, I have some bills back home. I have some personal bills that I have to take care of. And so that took a large chunk of that measly $1,200. I thought it was pretty crazy. It was like, Ryan offered me $1,200. And then I see that years and years ago that he was offering Chris Rudnick $3,000 just to come back on his channel. And that was a long, long time ago. So that was a little bit like, I was like, wow, he was really getting one over on me. I will say that I did go because I like cars. I like drifting. I like YouTube. I have an interest in it. And it's an experience for me. And it's a way for me to learn.
That $1,200 was per month, correct?
Yeah, $1,200 per month.
Did he pay you? Did Onion pay you? That's the question.
Well, yes, he did pay me $1,200. I got paid $1,200 3 times, I believe. I think let me think. I think he owed me some. Technically, I think he owed me some money from before we left Florida, or if it was some of my money for something, because one of the payments was for $1,500. I know it was extra money sent to cover Chow's 240. Yeah, that's what it was. Chow's 240. That's where Teeny got. He got from my friend Mike. His name's Mike Drifts on YouTube. You look him up. But he got the 240 from him, and I think, and I had the money sent to my PayPal to give to Mike, and I think that's where that extra little bit, $300 come from.
A question on Reddit: why the fuck would you go with them in the stink trailer?
Well, I mean, it's a brand new trailer. It was a brand new trailer. I went with them to go pick it up. We picked it up in like way up north in Georgia. That video was on the Haggard Garage channel. Actually, it was the last video that was posted on the Haggard Garage channel until this new changing the Haggard Garage channel over to Factory OD. As far as the trailer stinking, my area didn't stink. I had, Clorox bleach wipes that I wiped off my bed. I went to the laundromat, paid the laundromat people to wash my clothes, fold my clothes, bag my clothes, and they even hung up like this little mechanic shirt that I wear when I went there. So I kept my area real clean. I'm not going to talk about anybody else, and their cleanliness, things that they might not use, things that they might use, what they might consider themselves clean. I mean, me, myself, people do clean babies' butts with these, but I don't think that this is a proper way to clean your body for 2 months straight.
How much money did Orion, waste on stupid shit each week? Do you think he is saving or investing any of it, or did you just get the vibe that he was just balling and blowing it?
Well, basically what Orion does, basically, he just poor mouths all the time. He acts like he's broke, never lets you know that he has money, and just plays the broke idea. But then, you know what? If he wants something, he'll go get it. Like, there's no problem whatsoever at all. And then he'll be like, well, now I'm broke. But then something else might come up. He wants something else the next day. He's got the money to go get it, but now I'm broke again. It's just a big poor mouther. So maybe he's saving some money. I think he may be saving some money.
Do you have any idea of the sort of compensation Chow was getting, or Berkey?
Now, Chow, I do not know. I know he does pay Chow by the month. I also know that whenever they do giveaways, that Chow does get some type of extra income, or they like ball out together when these giveaways do happen. As far as Berkey, I hate speaking for Berkey. I like Berkey. Berkey's cool. I don't think anybody needs to have anything negative to say about Berkey at all. Berkey's a great guy. He taught me a lot of stuff about filming while I was there. Took some time to show me how to edit some footage while I was there using Adobe Creative Cloud, which was pretty cool. It's something I wasn't aware of. But Berkey's a good guy. But anyways, about compensation, You know, Berkey, whenever he came with us, you know, Berkey was spending his own money the entire trip, the entire time that we were up there. Orion had agreed to pay Berkey $5,000 for doing these cool, like, you know, stancy, you know, really nice edits, which were uploaded to the Haggard Racing YouTube channel. And from what I've been told, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway, you know, he didn't pay Berkey all the money. Yeah, he gave Berkey a broke van, you know, the little right-hand drive van, the Mini Minto, which Orion and Chow broke one night whenever they went out, brought it back broken. Gave that to Berkey, but that wasn't part of the deal. The deal was he was giving Berkey $5,000. He never gave Berkey all that $5,000. He gave him a little over half of it, and that's it.
When something would break, you said he hired you on as a mechanic. When something would break, was it all hands on deck if it was urgent, or was it just, fuck it, we're going to go do whatever we want while the slave works on shit?
Well, I mean, that's pretty much how it was. So, to give you guys a little bit of an example of what a normal day like was in that shop, which the shop that the takeover guys rent, would consist of me working on the car, and Orion sitting over there, Chow sitting over there, playing on their phones, playing on Tinder, like they're gonna get some girls or something. So, and I worked on stuff. Berkey mostly worked on his own car, which is fine. Berkey was there for doing film. Fine, whatever, you know, but in my opinion, Orion's lazy. He doesn't want to be a mechanic. He wants to mess with cars, but doesn't want to be a mechanic, doesn't want to, you know, to do any of that. And when I came, I didn't come to be like, I'm your mechanic to work on every single thing you want to do. I agreed to come over for the amount that I came over to work on the drift car specifically. That's what I came for. All this other stuff, I wasn't compensated for in any way. Just like I wasn't compensated for my ideas on the video. He doesn't have original ideas. Also, as another example of a video, which was not my idea, Mike Drifts, the YouTube channel I mentioned earlier before, his idea was the JB Weld the diff. That wasn't my idea, that was Mike's idea, one of my friends. And rather than Orion, even after I left, rather than Orion using his own brain and coming up with his own idea to make a cool video that would do 1 million, which that video did 1 million plus, he'd rather just take someone else's idea. And, you know, that's how he works. That's what Orion does. LIFEOD. He takes other people's brain power, other people's ideas, and he makes videos about them, and he cashes in. That's what's happening.
Is he a different person, entirely different person than on camera as opposed to off?
Absolutely. I mean, I could go into some detail or something if you want.
Did Onion really meet the Takeover Northwest crew for the first time at the Drift event, or was that staged already planned out? It seems strange they would let a whole crew park a trailer and use a shop after only meeting once at an event.
Nah, we never met them before. We never had any idea who they were. Brandon basically come up and found us. You know, he was a fan, and we had stayed when the first night that we got there. We literally stayed in a Tractor Supply parking lot, and then showed up to Drift the very following morning. Hardly any sleep, but at the end of the day, Brandon come up and, you know, said he had heard that we were looking for a place to stay, and, you know, that he was a fan of the show, and, you know, was, you know, really adamant about us coming to stay at his shop till we got a house.
Did Onion ever try and put his pinky in your ass?
Haha.
Did Orion and Chow actually do anything sexual, or were they just down, or were they just weird?
No, I mean, Chow, honestly, Chow is super homophobic. He's, you know, Orion tries joking around and messing with him like a little more than, I don't play like that. But, you know, Orion plays, I don't know. I'm not going to say what his sexuality is or whatever, but me, I've questioned it big time the entire time that I was on the trip with him.
What is the deal with the fat guy and Onion? They must have a deal of some sort.
I mean, I assume they're talking about Brandon from Takeover. I know they have some type of deal where Orion's promoting the Takeover Northwest. drift, party event, something like that. I don't know if it's something, they're going to continue doing or try to continue doing, but, Orion was promoting that. I know that.
Was he really slaying a ton of Tinder thoughts?
No, not really. Like, the whole time that I was up there, I know of one local girl that come and hung out, which she only stayed for a few minutes and left. And as far as the Tinder thought goes, the only Tinder thought I can even think of that he had even come by was some bigger girl who smoked cigarettes, who stunk really bad, and she actually had a cold. He left with her, come back. We all lived in close quarters, like people do on a ship, and guess what happened? We all got sick. That's how a lot of people died a long time ago on boats or on ships. One person gets sick, everybody else gets sick and they die. So yeah, I got sick from a Tinder thought and wasn't even messing with her.
What is your opinion of the Onion's drift skills? Does he have what it takes to be an FD?
To be an FD at this point, no, not right now. That's something that, some people have natural talent at. And, I'm not saying he has no talent, but he does have a lot of driving time. And, the drifting time that he has had is giving him experience. Do I think he's on an FD level? No. You still got to go through Pro 2 before you get to Pro. And, Pro 2 is a whole nother level than just Pro-Am at one track in little Washington at Evergreen. We went to Evergreen because Evergreen was the easiest place to get a Pro-Am license. That's the only reason why we went over there. That's why we didn't go to Texas or we didn't go to Cali, because there's better drivers there. We went to the easy place.
What advice would you give to the next individual that gets involved with Orion?
Don't get involved with him. Don't believe the lies. Don't think that he's going to help you out in any kind of way. He never even followed me on Instagram, never followed me on Facebook, never gave me an Instagram shout out. He never did any of that for me. And I did everything. I built his car that he's been driving. I worked on his car at the track. I come up with these great ideas for these viral videos. I did all types of stuff for him, and literally I received nothing. When I was in Florida, I used to drive like an hour and 45 minutes just to go over there and work on that car with no compensation. I think one time he gave me like $20 for gas. One time because I think I was bringing a part over or something that I got from my friend Mike. It was like a wiring harness for that death cart thing that never got finished. Yeah. Next question.
Would you describe him as a sociopath?
No, it's funny, the sociopath question. I actually seen that one. No, apparently like Tommy F. Yeah or something, which I watch your channel, by the way. Your channel's cool. Like the builds. Apparently I heard that Tommy F. Yeah called Orion a sociopath or something one time, and from what I know of the definition of a sociopath, Orion is not one. Orion mentioned that to me before, so he probably thinks it's cool that someone called him a sociopath. So he thinks he could be different and unique.
Was the haggard vaping your idea too? What kind of cut did you have to give Orion?
Okay, yeah, that's a good thing to talk about. So haggardvaping.com was an idea that I had. Orion told me that he had a little bit of money coming in from the giveaway, and he wanted to invest in some type of business. And but he didn't want to invest a lot of money into a business. He wanted to invest a little bit of money into a business. And I actually used to have a vape store, and so what I did, I mentioned, I was like, well, you could create a vape line. You have YouTube videos and big following on social media. The stuff will sell. It's popular. So I got in contact with a company, and we come up with some flavor ideas, name ideas, went through a lot of testing, and this was a venture that was 50-50, me and Orion. And site's still up, by the way, haggardvaping.com. But Orion did some advertising in the videos, which you guys seen, and advertising works. That's why you see these Cove speakers that, Adam LZ and, all these other YouTubers, including Orion, have put in their videos because they make money off of it. and these companies know that advertising works. Well, after I left Washington, Orion, now me and him shook on this twice, 2 times the day I left. Said, hey, we're still do the vaping business. He's like, yes, I still want to do it. 2 times we shook hands. After I left though, not a single plug was put out for Haggard Vaping. I only heard from him 1 time, and and so there used to be links to Haggard Vaping in the description of these viral videos, and he took all those away. So the only thing that's in those descriptions now is his Instagram, Chow's Instagram, and Takeover Northwest Instagram. Took them all away. So that pretty much killed traffic to the Haggard Vaping site, and it doesn't do that well. It hardly does any sales at all, and it's crazy to see what the power of advertising actually does. And Orion knows that. He's been doing this for a while. He has experience. He knows how to kill something. And next question.
What is your past experience as a mechanic?
Okay. My grandpa used to race cars. He did circle track. So I've been messing with cars, working on cars, building cars since I was 12 years old. I've worked at some shops as a mechanic. Didn't really like it in a shop environment because, changing a transmission on a van or changing a transmission on some SUV following right after, or having to deal with some weird stuff is, weird issues on vehicles that are no fun at all. There's no performance aspect to it. There's no aftermarket part of it. It just really wasn't for me. So I work on, the more performance aspect of cars as a hobby for fun because I like it.
What was the most annoying, infuriating thing he did or said to you?
Okay. Let's see. Probably the most insulting thing that happened to me. We were going through one of those little barista places where they sell coffee, frozen coffees in Washington, and he hadn't paid me yet. So I've been spending my own money while I was getting low on the money that I brought with me, and so I was pretty much out of money, honestly. So he hadn't paid me, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay you. Just kept putting it off. And so we went to this. It was all of us in the vehicle, me, Chow, Orion, and Berkey. And, he was getting the drinks and stuff. And I was like, hey, man, I need you to get me a drink. I don't have any money. And he got a big attitude with me and kind of like belittled me. I don't remember the exact verbiage that he said, but it was really belittling to me. And I don't play that shit. And so I told his ass I straightened his ass up right there in the truck. And then he apologized to me. It was not much of an apology, but he apologized to me, and I set him straight. And 5 minutes later, he sent me that money that he had been owing me for the last week or 2 weeks of whatever it was. So that's what pissed me off the most. Belittle me because I don't have money when he actually owed me money.
What was your opinion of Caleb, and do you have any insights into his and Orion/Chow's relationship? Did they get along?
I like Caleb. Caleb, if you're watching this, what's up, dude? Hi, Raven. And Olive, the new baby. No, Caleb's cool. Caleb's a hustler. Caleb could, sell ice to a Eskimo. He's a hustler. I respect that. And as far as them getting along, as far as I know, they got along really well.
How bad did the trailer stink?
Trailer didn't really smell that bad except in the top section where Orion and Chow were.
Did you like your sleeping accommodation?
Yeah, I had the largest. I had the table bed, so where the table is, it turns into a bed, and it was the largest in the trailer. I made sure I got that.
Will you be a special guest on the 12-Year-Old Hater podcast?
I have no idea what that is.
Why did you wake up one day and leave without a word?
Why did I wake up and leave one day without a word? Well, I never just left without a word. And I think it's this question's from Reddit, right? And I know why this question's from Reddit is because that means that someone on Reddit spoke with, I believe, Berkey, if I remember right. And Berkey's response was, he wasn't putting me on blast with my information or whatever. And so he just said that I left and didn't say a word. But that's not true at all. I did leave. Basically, Orion paid me. my $1,200 after the viral videos, and we were going to be going to park for an event, and he wanted to take the race car to park. And I thought that was a bad idea because we need this race car to compete in Pro-Am. And if the race car breaks, then then why are we there? Why are we competing in Pro-Am? This little fun event at park, you need a demo car, a beater car to go do that with, not the pro car. So, Pro-Am car anyway. So I was a little irritated about that. And, I had some personal stuff going on in Florida that I wanted to take care of. And, just a combination of, starting to see who he really is and how greedy he is and how he, didn't show any gratification, to anything that I done. No appreciation whatsoever at all. And his words were me whenever I told him I was leaving. He said, "Well, I enjoyed your company," and then I told him, "Hey, I may come back, but I'm gonna go." And so I was pretty insulted, because I was all these promises of us getting into these cars or doing all this stuff, and then just getting $1,200 when I know he had already had multiple big paydays from YouTube. From my ideas, I want to sit here and kick myself in the ass for not posting my own, just making my own videos and doing my own ideas. So if anybody's watching this, if you got ideas, don't give them away to nobody else. Make your own videos or just keep them to yourself, because guess what? There are people that will profit off your ideas and never look back.
What was your opinion on Brandon and the other Takeover Northwest guys? Did they all seem genuine? It seems like Onion uses them a ton, land, shop, space, tools, etc. What did the Takeover guys get out of this situation?
Well, he does use them. Like Brandon, it's a Brandon. He has a joint shop. It's rented with Matt and gosh, I can't remember the other guy's name. I feel bad. He has the blue Mustang, but they rent the shop. And Brandon's angle with this is he owns Takeover. He wants Orion, the YouTuber, to promote Takeover Northwest, his car event. Orion's using them for their shop, so because Orion wants to be cheap. By him using their shop, he doesn't have to pay out to rent a shop. He doesn't have to buy tools, which he'd just buy tools from Harbor Freight anyway. Some are good from Harbor Freight, but he doesn't have to buy any of that. So Orion's being cheap and he's using them. So I'd say they're mutually, between Brandon and Orion, they're mutually using each other.
Why did you say that you and him were good about 3 months ago, and all of a sudden all of this is coming out? Actually, I don't even believe this is actually KARR.
No, this is actually KARR. So why did I say we were all cool? Maybe that's somebody that messaged me through Instagram or something. I don't like really putting my business out there. I never even planned to make a video like this, especially as like my first YouTube video. This is not what I wanted to put out there. But after him just totally cutting all communication, stopping this this haggardvapingthing.com site that we started, him not plugging it anymore, promoting it, and just kind of excommunicating me after we shook on deals and everything. And then like I said, seeing Rice from Miata's video yesterday and seeing Damien's video, I was like, you know what, if they're going to talk about how he used to be a long time ago, I'm going to talk about how he is now. And I'm telling you, he hasn't changed. He's the exact same.
How manipulative is Orion?
Manipulative. Well, he gives you false hope, false dreams, false promises. So that's pretty manipulating, in my opinion.
Why did you get power bricked?
I left on my own.
Is Chow Onion's only lover, or were there group events in the nighttime bed times? ?
Like I said before, Chow's really homophobic, so I don't see Chow ever doing anything. And like I said before, I personally questioned Orion's sexuality. He talks about dicks a lot and says a lot of other pretty gay stuff. So yeah.
How did you meet Orion?
I met Orion at the racetrack. I used to work for a company called, well, that company doesn't matter, but I used to do solar. And like on a large scale industrial sized solar farms, and I needed a break, and so I decided I was going to go out. I saw that there was going to be some drifting at a place in Citrus, which wasn't far from the job site that I was at, and so I went over there, and went and paid for a pit pass. YouTube people were there, so I decided, hey, I'm going to go meet these YouTube people, and lo and behold, Haggard Garage, Caleb Quambeck. And so I made it a point to go over there and introduce myself.
Aside from the viral ideas, clickbait videos, did you have any other contributions to the LIFEOD channel? We didn't see you a lot on there.
That's right. So you guys didn't see me a lot in the videos because Orion purposely hid me from the videos. He, for some reason, even though he acts like he likes me and all of these things, he wanted to hide me from the videos. I did, when I was younger, I got in trouble, so I do have a criminal record. That's nothing I'm hiding. It's nothing bad. I got in trouble on eBay back in 2007. So, maybe he could say that he's hiding me because he didn't want any negative public relations or PR from me being a person who has a criminal record. But that stuff was a really long time ago, and people do make mistakes. I made mistakes, but that doesn't, whatever, And so, but he just didn't put me in the videos that much, and I talked to Berkey about it. I'm like, what's up with that? And he was like, that's how he is. He wants everything to be the main focus of him. He's always going to put his face in the videos. It's all to promote himself. He's greedy.
How did you help promote or further Onion's career in drifting?
How did I help promote or further his drifting career? By working on his car, by putting his car together. If I didn't come over and put the car together, Caleb helped put that car together some. Mike Drifts, the guy I've mentioned a few times in this video, Mike come over with me. He helped me work on that car. Without me, that car wouldn't be together. He wouldn't be over there driving in the Pacific Northwest right now. Sponsors. Any sponsors that he's gotten because of me. I have proof of them. I wrote Capri Tools. I'd never even heard of Capri Tools. But I found them on Instagram, I wrote them, and they were about it. That's how we got Capri Tools. I also got Orion as sponsor with Federal Tire. Full sponsorship. All we had to do was drive to California. They wanted us to come over there, meet them, and you still have to pay for the tires. It's not like they're giving them to you for free. But that's a legit, real tire company. And, so that was cool. Let me think. I can't think of some others off the top of my head right now, but there's a lot of other sponsors I reached out to. I reached out to Nexon. I reached out to, and Nexon was entertaining the idea of some stuff, but they just wanted us to wait till after we finished Pro-Am, and then we could get Nexon. There's a lady that, handles all that. She's really nice. And, but there's some others. I just can't think of them right now. Sorry.
If everyone got a great severance package, what did you get? Did Berkey get a car? Is he a pedo?
There's no severance package or nothing like that at all. Just there's I've seen people mention comments about a disclosure agreement. I didn't sign a non-disclosure agreement with Orion. There ain't nothing like that. As far as severance package, no, he was just supposed to pay Berkey, and he never paid Berkey all his money. And as far as the car involved, like I mentioned already earlier, he gave Berkey the van. But the van's been in Berkey's name since the day we got it. Oh, there's another thing I got. So Soto Motors in Seattle. I talked to Nate on the phone at Soto Motors. I called them while we were in Washington. I talked to Nate, told him, that, hey, would they be interested in doing some type of sponsorship? We'd like to get a small, cool JDM car to drive around while we're over in Washington, because Orion wants to keep miles off the truck and not have to unhook it from the trailer all the time. And he was all about it. Nate was super excited. And Nate's a really cool guy. And we went over there, and he hooked us up with a van. We were all about it. Van went into Berkey's name. Orion didn't want it in his name for some reason. I really don't know why. We got that. And, other than going back to Soto Motors one time, which we only did that because we needed some content, I wanted to go there because I liked hanging out with Nate, because Nate's cool. Nate, if you ever see this, you're cool. But you know, he never did anything to promote Soda Motors. They gave him a whole car, a whole little mini Minto van, Suzuki Carry all-wheel drive turbo. If someone gives me a whole vehicle, I'm gonna promote the shit out of them. But not Orion. He's ungrateful. Okay, final question.
What does the Onion think of Ricer Miata Rudnick?
Chris Rudnick, he hates you, like with a passion. If Orion hates anybody more in this world, he hates Ricer Miata, Chris Rudnick. As an example, like whenever we started the vaping business, you know, that was one of the things that motivated him to want to do that business with me, was just to piss you off specifically. And you know, I wasn't trying to do it to piss you off. I, you know, did it because, you know, I thought it would be a good business idea. You know, I vape, I got a mod, you know what I mean? You smoke cigarettes, don't smoke them anymore. And, you know, so I was hyped up about it. I thought a KARR themed vape line would be pretty cool. So haggardvaping.com it was. And then he killed Haggard, or tries to kill Haggard. You know, Haggard's never going to die. Haggard, you know, all the memories that all the fans, all of us that have watched the videos, you know, the people that were in it, Ryan can try and kill it all he wants, try and hide his shady stuff that he did, how he screwed all his friends over and stuff, but, you know, he could hide that. But guess what? Even with LIFEOD, he's already screwing people over again, so he's never going to change. And as far as I'm concerned, Haggard's not dead. You know, all those videos he never deleted. All he does is have them on private, and most videos there's people that have saved, re-uploaded it, and, you know, seeing a bunch of, you know, kids doing like hack stuff and, you know, having fun was a recipe for success. And I'm glad that, you know, some people, you know, went off and made their own channels and are able to continue messing with cars and giving us all entertainment. So I guess that's going to wrap this up. Not sure when I'm going to post more videos to this channel, but, you know, I definitely didn't expect this to be my first video to YouTube. But I do have some cool little projects lined up, and, you know, shameless plug, I may put some videos up on here. So, you know, like, comment, subscribe,